Hello, Steve White, TREK89 for Steve Arts 89, Star Trek's Gatekeeper. Okay, so there was a article in trekmovie.com, on trekmovie.com, about Section 31. It was entitled Michelle Yeoh on how the Section 31 show would be a different kind of Star Trek. We don't need a different kind of Star Trek. We already have 4 or 5 different kinds of Star Trek instead of actual Star Trek. So can we please just make Star Trek series that resemble Star Trek? Not just in name only, like certain shows. Now, what she said was Section 31 is that Star Trek universe, but different. It's like Mission Impossible meets Guardians of the Galaxy in space. So I think she's talking about what the show would be like. Someone must have asked her about the show. Because she's not talking about Section 31 itself. It's nothing like Mission Impossible. I mean, she's talking about, I guess, what they proposed to her as what the series would be. Because in 2009, they suggested it would be made. It was never greenlit. It didn't have an episode order. They put together a writer's room and came up with a bunch of story ideas, and that's as far as the show went. In 2020, the shut down production, but that started up again in 2021. But Section 31 never evolved, never showed up, never was made. So that was probably because Michelle Yeoh was too busy, because she's a huge star now thanks to Crazy Rich Asians. She's even bigger than what she was before. She's on another level. And I must say, I love her. I love her, the film she's been in. I've only seen a couple, but I've loved everything I've seen her in. And I'm happy for her to do a Star Trek show. I'd love for them to do a Giorgio show where it's just her and Saru on the Shinzu before Michael Burnham came in and destroyed it all. That would be a great show. That would be a real Star Trek show. Those two characters exploring space, a TV series, Star Trek series with a female Asian lead captain, that would be great. But we won't see it because they'd rather do this just hideous idea. Section 31 was created by Stephen Burr, who hated Gene Roddenberry, who hated Star Trek, who hated Next Generation. It was the anti-Star Trek, The Next Generation. It was supposed to undermine everything about Gene's vision, to basically say it's not possible. You can't have utopia without a bunch of terrorists and murderers and Republicans basically working, in the shadows to take care of all the problems that utopia would have, because apparently it's unattainable and unmaintainable. And that is just a disgusting idea to sort of, put in Star Trek, and I just find it offensive, and I hope the series never happens. I'm happy for another show with Captain Giorgio or Michelle Yeoh somehow in it, but not as this character that she's in. And that's the thing, they killed this great character and made this cliched, moustache twirling villain. And Section 31 was supposed to be, even though I hate it, the fact that it was supposed to be this hidden sort of, society that worked in the shadows, yet they've got badges, they walk around with badges, and they have like a secret base in space, and just, it was so like the kind of thing a child would dream up. It was just so badly done. The idea of it being a series makes me really, really sick. So I hope it never happens, and not because of Michelle Yeoh. I love her. I'd like her to do something else in Star Trek, but not Section 31. And even if they try and redeem her, there's no way to make Section 31 not a bad thing. There's just no way you can have a series that just works against everything Star Trek is and call it Star Trek, unless you're dismantling it and destroying it and showing how it is bad and wrong. That's the only way it could work, some sort of redemption story. But I don't believe they do that. So they're trying to make it sound like it's happening. It really was her just commenting on what it's supposed to be from what she was told, even though there's nothing happening. And the only suggestion something will happen is because Picard is ending, and if they want to keep making 50 shows a year, they'd have to put another show into production to get that many episodes a year. So the idea of replacing Section 31, Picard with Section 31, is why people are suggesting that's going to happen. But there's other things they could do. They could do the Starfleet Academy idea, which I think they're thinking of spinning out of Discovery in the 31st century, which I think is a disaster. It should be in like an earlier time, because the 32nd century, they cannot conceive of it and portray it properly. It's just a minefield. They need to just stay away from Starfleet in that era, just end Discovery and stay in the 23rd or the 24th century. Because the 31st, it's too different, it's too underdeveloped, there's too much they'd have to do to make it work. But that would still be better than Discovery. I mean, better than Section 31. So I don't know what they're going to do, but they've got to get another show in production, and I just hope it's not just Section 31. There's other shows they could do, they've talked about, that would be so much better. Section 31 is the worst show they could ever do of Star Trek, I think. But yeah, I'm going to stop ranting. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. No swearing. Thanks. Bye.